young lady who also surrounds herself with demons and troublemakers. But it's definitely got this like, I don't. It's edgy.
Edgy is a perfect
Yeah,
word.
yeah. It's an edgy animation. How was that trying to come up with that design?
Well, I love sharp things. I love
Yeah, everything is sharp.
Everything's sharp. The animation is hand drawn, which makes it very quirky and it gets to be very expressive. I love making characters as expressive as possible with big eyes. My style kind of comes from a lot of different things. Like I grew up being a massive fan of like the Disney Renaissance. I grew up on those movies, and I also have always been a really big fan of like Looney Tunes and like that kind of exaggerated cartooniness. So I also grew up. My one of my favorite animated shows ever was Invader Zim with like Joan and Vasquez, which is super edgy.
Yeah.
Also Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, which is the edgiest.
Yes.
And then I also adored the Batman animated series, so Bruce Timm style. Yeah. So I feel like my style and the look of the show is kind of like if you took all that, put it in a blender, and then made it sing show tunes.
There you go. There you go. Yes. And it does. There is definitely like that frenetic Looney Tune energy, especially in the I don't want to ruin it, but like some of the battle scenes. So let's talk. I was so blown away by the music in this. It is legit like could be a stage show. Like I don't know what kind of show that would be because it would be very adult. But this music, who's doing your music?
So the music for the series was done by an amazing songwriting team that I work with on some of my other projects as well. It's Sam Haft and Andrew Underberg. They are fantastic together. They created these songs that are like you said, I'm blown away by the soundtrack. Like I'm kind of a musical theater snob, and like sometimes like I won't always listen to, like you have so many songs, so many projects, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna listen to like the soundtrack of like this musical or whatever while I'm working. I will listen to this soundtrack myself, and
Straight
I'm like
up.
obsessed with it. It is amazing. I'm so proud of what they made. They did it in such an amazing record time, and every song is a banger. And I'm so excited for everyone to get to hear the music in the show. It's the genres. There's so many different genres, and all over the musical theater spectrum.
It's so. It really is so. It's so elevated, the music, like because when shows do a musical episode and it's like the cast sings a song, but they're not singers. These are singers.
Oh, these are singers.
Show tunes.
Yeah, the requirements of the songs in this show was so big. Like we tested the singers in this show.
Nice. Well, you know what? Instead of talking about it, let's show them one.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, you guys want to see one? All right. So I think, I think they're into it. So why don't you tell us what we're about to see?
Oh my gosh. So we are about to see a short portion of the amazing and very long opening number of this show. Like it's the opening number in the series and in the first episode. It's Charlie's I Want song, and it's also kind of the introduction to this universe. So it kind of plays those two roles, and it's amazing. It's called Happy Day in Hell. And and it's so much fun.
Nice. Well, remember, again, no filming, no photos. You can tweet, you can text, you can tick, you can talk. No, you can't actually TikTok because that's all video. So not that. You can thread, but you're going to love this. So let's watch this. And that was just a bit of it. Like
That was just a bit of it.
Just a bit of it.
She goes all over the
And
place.
episode 2 has another amazing number. We saw a couple names up there.
Yes.
So let's talk about this cast because you have an amazing cast coming into this. So let's talk about these demons that make up the residents of Has-Been. Let's go one by one. So Charlie, this is Erica Henningston. This is so. If you do not know who Erica Henningston is, she played Katie in Mean Girls the musical original cast on Broadway, and she's phenomenal. She's so talented, such a great Broadway performer, but so funny in this as well. Yeah.
Eric. Oh, sorry.
But tell us about Charlie.
Oh, yes. So Charlie is obviously the Princess of Hell. As you saw, she's incredibly just bouncy and joyous and expressive and so much fun. Yeah, Erica Henningston is an absolute delight. She embodies this character. When I first met her, when she first came in to record, it was like Charlie was in the room. Like she came in like, hi, oh my gosh, like we're so, like she was the brightest energy. And I was like, oh, it's going to be not any trouble getting this character out of her. She just has such an amazing just presence, and her singing is amazing. And she just has that kind of Disney princess energy. But what's nice about this character is that she's the Princess of Hell, and she's adult and a little bit of edgy in there, but she has that amazing quality.
She has optimism, and
yes.
Yeah. And also, she has this very hot husband named Kyle, who it's so fitting because he was the teacher in Monster High. So I feel like they're like a perfect Halloween couple now. Yeah. So you might want to look at him for season 2. And now this is a name, Vaggie. Thank you. Okay. That
there may or may not be a joke, though.
Okay, thank you. Because I was like, ooh, and that's Stephanie Beatriz, who's incredible again, right? Like she's having such a great moment.
Oh, she's having a massive moment right now. Like when she came in, it was like literally during like the kind of the heyday of everything, like Encanto, just everything. Like it was so, and she's amazing. Like I was absolutely thrilled. With having her, and she's another person who really nails this character because Vaggie has this somberness to her, and this kind of, she's very level-headed and she's very calm, but she's also very strong.
Right.
And Stephanie is so amazing at kind of, she has such a range in her voice. She kind of can go into this
right?
Yeah, it's so cool. Like because when you meet her, her voice is very bright, and it's very it's and then she can go into this more like, you know, kind of lower end, and it's awesome. And she's got an amazing voice, an amazing singing voice, and she's fantastic. I can't say enough about her. She's fantastic.
And you have locked in Blake Roman to play Angel Dust, who is, I know, a huge fan favorite. So what is this happening right here? Look at that. Yeah.
So Blake is so special. I could gush forever about Blake. So Blake, like when I first heard Blake's audition, I was like, oh, that's Angel. Oh my gosh, like that. Wow, it sounds just like, it sounds so much like kind of what had been established, and it was really his singing that really was what nailed it for him. Like his singing he's one of the best singers I've ever heard in my life. Like his range and his ability and his emotion and his singing is next level. And it was amazing to work with him because, you know, like he was someone just authentically that just nailed the role in the auditions. And I've gotten to know him, and he's sweet and he's incredible. And I'm really, I don't want to say something that's wrong, but I'm pretty sure he has his Broadway debut happening like really soon.
Yeah, I think so. Right?
Yeah, he has a Broadway show opening called Harmony. He's in a show called Harmony that's about to open. And I'm so proud of him. It's like, I'm like, oh my, I knew it. I was like, you're going to be a big time. When we cast him, he's incredible. And he does the character so much justice.
And what is this character?
So Angel Dust is he's the first sinner at the hotel. He is a porn star in this universe, which makes him basically akin to a Hollywood celebrity in this universe, since it's hell. And yeah, he definitely is a character that has an incredibly intense story, and he has a lot of walls up, and he's so excited. Like, I'm so excited. I think he's one of the most special characters to me personally as well. I've had him for a very long time, and yeah, I can't wait for everyone to see him in the series.
And then we have Alistair, the Alistair, right? So, and you have Amir Talai from How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, so Amir's another one that's an amazing story, and also like, so Alistair is the character that I've had since middle school.
This
if
was
it's not obvious,
the radio.
Yes, and you can tell because of how edgy he looks. He looks like an old, like, edgy teenager's OC because he is. He just has always been. He didn't really change that much. And so this character obviously has lived with me for so long, and I'm, and I'm so amazed that it's gotten this far. Like, now he's in a series. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh. But when I first created him, I created him to a voice, or to a song rather. Like, when I first, music has always been a huge influence on me. And so when I create characters, I like knowing what they might sound like, or what I'd want them to sound like. So there was a song from the original Annie recording, like the musical Annie.
Oh my God. Never Fully Dressed Without a Smile.
Yes, there's a song called You're Never Fully Dressed Without a Smile from the Annie soundtrack. And in it, there's a character named Bert Healy, who's the radio host. And he sings this, hold on, he does that
hey,
voice.
Older man, hey, Dapper Dan.
Yes,
Yeah.
and he, yeah, RC. But he, that was always the voice to me. And even in the original, like, I always try to get as close to that as possible. I was like, I want that. That's his voice to me. And it's been like something I've always been chasing. And so even when we were in the casting process for the series, I was like, this is this isn't a normal sound anymore. This kind of voice is such a different kind of older thing, that even modern Bert Healys don't do it in the same style. So I went on a limb as we were trying to find, like, we were through the casting process, and I was looking for any actor just kind of throw into the mix. And I took a chance, and I looked on YouTube, and I looked up Bert Healy, and I looked up that song. And it just so happened that there was a video uploaded from the Hollywood Bowl in like 2018 of Amir Talai playing Bert Healy singing You're Never Fully Dressed Without a Smile. And I heard it, and I went, that's pretty good. That's pretty close. And so what I was like, I hope this actor voice acts and isn't afraid of demon stuff. And so I sent his name over to casting, and he read for it, and he nailed it. And he is Alistair.
That is amazing. That is written in the stars.
Yes.
All right. So Alistair brings with him several other characters into the hotel. First of all, you have Husk, who is by Keith David.
There's a Husk fan over here.
Keith David from Princess and the Frog is doing Husk. He's amazing. Talk about Husk.
Oh my God, yeah. Yes. No, Husk is a very special character. This character has always been special between me and my sister as well. And Keith David is a legend. And it's absolutely amazing to have him in this cast. Like, he was probably the cast member I was most excited for people to find out about, because he's perfect in this role. He's a legend. I like a veteran. Like, I grew up with his voice. I grew up, one of my favorite animated movies of all time is Princess of the Frog. He plays the villain. It's the best. Like, he's an amazing singer. Can't gush enough about him. It was an honor to work with him. And it was to the point where me and Richard Horvitz was the voice director for the series. And we both were like, so nervous to direct him in any way, because we were like, he knows his stuff. We're just like, he's such a legend. We don't want to, but he was so nice and warm, and like, we ended up having so much fun.
Nice. And finally, you have Nifty being played by Kimiko Glenn from Orange is the New Black. There she Who is this one?
Oh my gosh. So Nifty is a fun character. Nifty is the kind of the maid of the hotel. Her and Husk kind of were brought in by Alistair, so they both kind of have to be there when they don't want to be. But Nifty kind of goes with it, and she loves it. She loves loves being messy, loves cleaning everything up. Like, she's kind of very one-track minded, and but she's silly, and she is probably the show stealer. Like, in a lot of ways, she's just so funny. Like, comically, she's one of like the funniest in the show. And Kimiko like nails that. Kimiko has such a distinct voice, and she's so good at comic timing and kind of nailing these little nifty isms in the character. And it just fantastic to work with her.
What a get. All right, so this is an amazing cast. You also have a couple other names that we saw up there. That you have Alex Brightman as Sir Pentious, and Christian Borle as Vox, and then also Joel
fan.
Perez as Valentino.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh
these are incredible. This is going to be. You have this huge fan base. You probably feel a ton of pressure. What does it mean to have such a loyal fan base, though?
It means the world. The biggest like amazing part of this whole journey has been seeing people who love these characters as much as I do. And because they really do. I don't know how many people here have been like kind of around for the whole ride. Woo! Thank you. But it's been such a huge journey, and the fan base has been so loyal and so patient, because this has taken so long. Like the pilot came out so long ago, and it's been kind of this huge journey of production and finding out where it would be and all these things, and people stuck by it. And I'm so excited because I genuinely feel like it delivers, and I genuinely am so proud of it. I'm probably prouder of this season than it's one of my most proud things that I've ever done. And I can't thank the fandom enough. I can't thank everyone who supported me and supported the original YouTube pilot and who was part of the original YouTube pilot, because that was so many people. And I'm so thankful for all of them, and I'm so thankful that it's gotten to this point, and I'm so thankful for the team that made this season.
Yes.
And I'm just
And made with A24.
A24,
Their first animated thing ever.
Yes, and that's huge pressure.
Yeah, right.
So I'm honored to be the first animated show on A24, which is an incredible studio, and I'm honored to be with Prime Video.
Yeah. You're rolling with the big kids now. Yeah, well, congratulations, everyone. Give it up, Vivian Medrano. Congratulations so much.
Thank you.
Has Been Hotel drops in Prime Video January 2024. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right. All right. So next, we are leaving the world of animation and we are going into the world of high fantasy. I am so excited to introduce this panel for Wheel of Time, which, mother of God, how good was the last season? Honestly, how many of you were here for last year's panel? Okay, so remember the trailer we saw? I was waiting for all those moments, and then I was blown away. Like everything that we saw in that was so delivered. I am so excited to talk to these people. So obviously, Wheel of Time. It's based on the best-selling Robert Jordan series of books, which just ended its epic second season last week. And oh my God, I've watched it like 4 times. So joining us today will be the series executive producer Marigo Kehoe, visual effects supervisor Andy Scrace, and VFX producer Brian Shows. They are here to discuss what made this amazing fantasy come to life. So let's bring them. Let's get them some chairs. All right. So first of all, before we go on, we want to look at let's look at what you did. Let's just look at what you've done. So let's roll that.
We didn't defeat the Dark One. We set him free.
I'm meaner than my demons,
No one should have that much power.
bigger than these walls.
Together we face the impossible. But now in our separate corners of the world.
I'm bigger than my body.
Protecting Rand, guiding him, that is the only thing that matters. You can't control him.
You know you have something inside you. Something that calls for blood.
I want to know how to control it.
The last battle's coming.
The whole world will be ours.
And all the kids cried out, please stop. I can't help this awful energy.
If our friends are in trouble, why would they ever stay here?
You have no conception of the power they wield.
You can't do this by yourself.
There are many paths to walk through the night.
It's not always the most powerful who write history. It's the ones who survive.
I'm tired of being a spoke in the wheel.
Who is in control?
You're not a spoke boy. You are the water that turns the wheel itself.
You talked about, so there's something with the show. It's, I mean, God, it looks so good. What was your biggest project this season? Like, what was the thing that we were like, okay, we need to get this right?
For me, my main aim was the channeling, because it's such an important part of the Wheel of Time. It's its own unique magic system. And when I joined the show, I wanted to know how I could creatively improve things and make it more visually striking. And so that's where kind of conversations came in about introducing the colors, because the colors are very prevalent in the books with regards to which one represents which elements. And so I kind of researched that and looked at what I could draw upon from the real world, whether that's photography or art or science, to help develop the look of the channeling. And that's actually where I found a photographic technique called light painting. And the design of the channeling is heavily based on that.
And Brian, when you're looking at all of this stuff that needs to be kind of coordinated, what does your office look like?
We have large teams of people in multiple countries. Yeah, organizing. There's a lot of whiteboards, there's a lot of Excel sheets, things that aren't very interesting. But we have a great team of people who are on the ground in multiple places helping us.
And when you're looking at it, though, do you see in your head what it could be?
Yeah, with this team, we definitely work through that, and that's part of that collaboration process.
And when you were putting together your locations, because you went and filmed in locations where you then created fully original locations, were you guys kind of like, ooh, Morocco sounds like it's going to be a lot of sand?
Well, a lot of sand, and we did have dust storms and sandstorms and major wind, and I felt very sorry for the actors where they were having to. We were all there with our masks on and stuff, but yeah, and obviously in that environment, sort of trying to get everything, because some huge vis effects crew as well out there with production design and SFX, and it's a huge team effort when we're out there.
Which episode this season would you say had the most vis effects?
I think that's quite easy. It's the last episode.
Yeah. How many people worked on that episode?
Oh, collectively, I don't know, but I would say it's in the hundreds somewhere.
Wow.
I would have thought we're talking about 300 or 400 people, I think.
Okay, did either of you have a hand in the beach scene?
The beach scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
Holy crap. That was amazing. Also, I have to just say, it's something I've been saying for a week or two now, like Heroes of the Horn. Like that moment was everything. When you guys are mapping these out, because these are great iconic moments, they're on the page, they're in the readers' heads. I have a friend who is a diehard fan of these books, and her main concern was, how are they going to do the channeling? Because it is such a unique magic, and in the books it's almost rooted in almost like nature, it feels like. So when you were doing an overhaul, what went into that? Because that's risky.
It's organic, isn't it?
It is, yeah. That was actually one challenge to make magic look organic and natural, which is a rather large challenge in itself. But for me, it was just about making it more striking, more sort of tangible. I was very literal with the way I approached it to make things feel very thread-like. And like I said, I looked at the light painting as a source of inspiration, but then there was an extra layer of texture I brought to it and individuality to each element. With the fire, you have these kind of bonfire-y sparks that come off of it. With the earth channeling, you have dust come off of it. Water, you've got water droplets. And then with air channeling, there's this very subtle ribs distortion effect that goes around it as well.
And what are the steps that you go through once you're given basically your marching orders? How do you two collaborate on that?
I take care of the creative side, and then Brian's there crunching the numbers and organizing things, keeping everything kind of in ship shape and making sure we hit our delivery dates, because obviously we do have a lot of shots to get through, and everyone's keen to see the season. So there's definitely a pressures on all fronts.
It looks so expensive, but every show has a budget. So, Brian, are you the one that has to kind of say, well, if we want to do that in the finale, then we can't do that in episode 7?
Precisely.
Because there's so many shows where they're like, we saved our whole budget for the final episode, and I'm watching this final episode, but then all the previous episodes, I'm like, what did they cut? Like, it didn't feel like anything was shorted.
We work very closely with our post team, with our editors. And obviously, as we're going through, we do a process of, we can only have, 10 shots in this particular sequence. And we literally go through it and make sure that we hit budget.
Oh my God, this is...
and put the money on screen, by the way.
Yeah. And you had so many incredible locations. What is it like getting to kind of play amongst the world as your backdrop? Like, you get to go to Prague, you get to go to Italy, you get to go to Morocco and say, okay, well, you're all really nice and everything, but we're going to build a tower on you.
Which we did, obviously, in the middle of Ouazzazate Desert. Yes, we did. Lots of reasons for doing it, actually, because the location itself gave us the backdrop. So then you're cutting out visual effects shops. So there's all sorts of things that we weigh up when we're looking at where we're actually shooting. So
is it easier for you guys to do locations, to do visual effects for locations versus something shot in studio?
I personally prefer it. I love having something in camera that we can work with and then we extend off of that. I think it's, for me, visual effects is at its strongest when it's complementing the other departments that exist. So whether we're building off of a set or a location or something like this, that's when I think it's because obviously visual effects is a filmmaking tool. That's when it's at its most powerful.
Okay. And as these characters all seem to develop some sort of power or ability, Brian, do you then go and ask for a bigger budget? Because now suddenly you have to be able to give Matt more stuff and Egwene more stuff.
We try to work with what we're allotted.
All right. Do you guys have, for all three of you, do you have a favorite scene from this season aside from the finale stuff? Because that was just, and also you're doing a screening tomorrow, right?
We are.
Yeah, on the big screen, which
are.
is amazing. So if you guys can get there, this season, what was your,
from a visual effects standpoint? Yeah. Well, for me, it's not the most obvious, but because we've been developing the channeling for a very long time, is probably the novice kitchen scene. And I used to annoy Andy by doing this all the time, which is Priyanka, but we did watch it over and over again to make sure that the channeling worked and it looked organic, basically, which I think you did the most amazing job, this team.
Right, because we had never seen what's remedial magic. You know? What about you?
For me, I think it's the scene with Egwene in the Damane training grounds in episode 7.
Mm.
There's this kind of resistance shown by Egwene and this demonstration of power, essentially kind of flexing her muscles and showing the Shaunchan exactly what she's capable of. And what I really like about it was the fact we were able to tell a story in that particular moment with Egwene, where she starts channeling her Aes Sedai form, and then she has this transformation where she goes into her Damane form, which is very kind of locked and rigid, very much obviously like the rest of our Damane have these channeling cages around them to represent how obviously they're imprisoned themselves. So I think as a little mini sequence, I really love that because of everything it involved, the acting, the visual effects work, the location.
Nice. What about you?
I like Marine channeling on the beach and two.
So great,
it's
right?
So great.
That was just amazing. I was like, this is like a Star Wars.
The level
thing.
of
Like, this
detail
is like
that went
that
into-
level of like just it's so good. I'm super geeking out, and I'm very sorry, everyone. But I want to congratulate you guys. It was an amazing season. So well done. I cannot wait to see what you bring in season 3. But we're not done with Wheel of Time because before we move on. I do want to bring out one more person. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome showrunner Rafe Judkins. And there he is. Welcome. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's nice to be here.
All right. So now that we're here and you can finally talk,
Yes.
what were you, obviously, I know the answer to this, but what were you most excited to show fans in season 2?
There's so many things, but I do think that the Shaunchan, it's such a iconic thing in the books that just comes in and takes the story and swipes it to the side. The look of them, the feel of them, everything about them feels so fresh, even when you're reading the books now, 30 years later. And so to bring that to TV, I felt like would feel so new even today. And that was something really exciting to see come to life.
And I know that we spoke right before the finale. You had this magical moment filming. So you want to talk about that?
I mean, I had so many magical moments filming Damien. They were all, every day is a little piece of magic on the Wheel of Time. But there was actually one really special moment in Morocco where we had a new actor playing Matt, Donald Finn, this season. And he's amazing. Big claps for Donald.
Yeah,
and,
so great.
I was standing with him. He has this moment. His big moment of the season is blowing the horn of Valir on this huge, beautiful wall overlooking the sea in Essaouira. And I saw him while they were prepping all the VFX shots because we spent like days getting that VFX shot. And Donald was just standing emotional off to the side. And I went over and I was like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, I never told you this, but I was shooting in Morocco when I got the call from you guys that I was going to play Matt. I was standing on this wall, which just like sent chills up my whole body because I had no idea. And I had separately gone and scouted it twice and found this wall. And so for him to have his iconic moment of the show on that wall where he first got the call that he was going to be on the show is just really special.
Okay, that wasn't the moment I was thinking about. That's even better.
Well, I don't know what the moment you were thinking about was, but that was pretty magical.
This was Daniel and Rosamund on the beach.
Oh, Daniel and Rosamund on the beach too. It was our last day of filming and it was sunset and Rosamund is just there with all the belief in her eyes that she is controlling fire itself. Daniel slashing through people behind her. And it just, you watch the two of them and you stand on that beach and the whole crew was there together and it was our last day and you just see them doing their thing and you were like, they are Moraine and Lan. They are living this and we all got to live it with them. And so that was also a special day.
And
It
that
truly
beach
is every day is magic.
Oh, of course. But that beach was also super weird, right? Like you can only film on it like once a month or something.
Yeah, one of the beaches we filmed on, you had to time it with the tide was only high enough. What was it, Marigold? We had 3 hours once a month.
Yeah.
And Senna Hamre, the director of that episode, literally was shooting another scene with Rosamund and Daniel, and she just screams, "Stop shooting, run!" And we all ran, the whole crew, over to shoot in this one part with water for the 3 hours we had it.
You have once again you've compressed the books, and you've picked out these great iconic moments. So this was mostly 2 and 3. And you're already working on season 3. Yes. What can you tell us about what's coming up, and maybe what books we might want to dip back into?
I mean, one nice thing about season 3 is that we really get to focus on one book this season, which is book 4, which is one of the best books in the entire series. So I'm glad that we get to really spend a whole season doing it. And I just flew back about 36 hours through 3 continents and arrived here today because I was standing in Ruidian. And then I flew here. So that is one thing that fans will get to see for sure in season 3, the Aiel Waste.
Okay. How hot is that going to be?
It is. It's very warm.
Just wait though, because eventually you're going to have to get to like mountains, and then they're going to.
Someday we'll go to a temperate location.
Yeah. The reaction to this season was so positive and so overwhelming. Are there any theories that you saw going like throughout the season that kind of surprised you? You're like, oh, they're closer to what I didn't expect them to be close to.
I mean, one thing I love to look at is theories about the Forsaken. We really felt like the Forsaken are such an incredible part of the books, and we wanted to bring them to the forefront in season 2, kind of earlier than they really are forefronted in the books. And so I've seen some very serious commentary online about the Forsaken and who or who may not be in the show. And I mean, it's not really even a confirmation, but I can confirm that we have cast and put on set a Forsaken you have not seen in the show as of yet.
Okay, but they would know from the books.
You would know them from the books.
And you're giving us their backstory, correct?
Not today.
Not today, but on the show.
On the show, yes.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. So other than that, any other teases you can give us?
I think one of the other cool things that we get to explore is the Aiel culture. They're these incredible warriors in the Wheel of Time world. And we get to go really meet them and see them go to where they're from. And we also get to explore with some of our characters the world of dreams and dream walking with these Aiel. And I think that's a really cool thing to get to do in season 3 because it is one of those unique elements in Wheel of Time that no other book series really has. And so we really explore that world in season 3.
Excellent. Well, your cast crushed it this season. Like, it was just, they all brought their A game. But I have to give a special shout out to Kate Fleetwood. Her Leandrin is absolutely perfect. This woman, she must be so much fun to work with.
Yeah, Kate Fleetwood is an absolute dream. She's a consummate professional. She brings something extra to every scene she's in. She's one of those actors that when you're in the writer's room, you're like, what scene can we put Kate Fleetwood in?
Oh my God. And if you notice, if you go back and watch, she's not even in the season finale. Okay, and so we talked about this. I was like, so you have all this shit going on in the season finale. Leandrin is nowhere to be seen, which means she's somewhere doing something. And you said, you promised that we will know, right?
You will know right up top season 3 what Leandrin's been up to.
All right, well, we're going to leave it with that, you guys. Thank you so much. Congratulations on season 2. Everyone, you can go to Prime Video and watch both seasons now. Thank you all so much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And now, finally, we're going to turn the wheel of time over to the year 2030. I did not write that, and I'm so sorry for that. But we are going to the year 2030 for Amazon's Prime Video's #1 comedy, where holographic phones, self-driving vehicles, AI assistants, and 3D food printers are the norm. And forget about dying. Instead, humans can be uploaded to a virtual reality afterlife and enjoy all the comforts of a world-class resort on upload. This is one of my favorite shows. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I love Robbie Amell for being so handsome and funny. So good, right? It is, so Greg Daniels Upload, it's back for a third season of clever futuristic forecasting and some very absurd but very relatable comedy. I will just say Ingrid absolutely shines. So today, here in this room, for all of you, you are getting an exclusive first look at the full first episode of season 3. So yeah, you are the only people to have seen this other than I think me and a couple people who are backstage. So we encourage you to share your excitement. So again, refrain from sharing spoilers. Don't forget to tag at Upload on Prime and hashtag UploadTV. Season 3 will premiere weekly starting a week from yesterday, so Friday, October 20th on Prime Video. So sit back, relax, do not film this, and let's jump through some time to reunite with Nathan and Nora and the rest of the Lakeview gang. Oh, and also, before I go, I have one more surprise for you. After the screening, Prime Video has not one, but 2 giveaways for you from Has Been Hotel and Upload. So be sure to grab them on your way out. Thank you guys so much for being here. Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con, you guys are always the best. You are so much fun. I hope you love this episode. Thank you for sharing the afternoon, and have a great day.
What a gorgeous day.
You're gorgeous.
Swing. Oh, don't stop on my account.
Did you guys hook up? Was it everything you thought it would be? She seems like a bit of a pillow princess.
Let's just say we had an amazing connection. How long have you been downloaded?
26 days. So what are you doing here? Rayon's killed hundreds of innocent people.
We're gonna break in and shut it down. I have a plan. Promise me you won't say anything. The more people that know about it, the more dangerous it is.
No. He's nowhere in the system, so I rebooted him from a backup copy. There is another you living in Lakeview.
You think this is identity theft?
This means I have a second chance to do things right. New Nathan doesn't remember breaking up with me.
For someone who has great skin, you do a lot of concealing.
2 Nathans, 1 Nora. Never fantasized about this before.
It's not like it's cheating, it's just your boyfriend 6 months ago, back when he was a little more into you.
It's not a miracle we need it. I think that your girl is hanging with my fake dude.
It's just crazy for me to be jealous of me. Everybody's jealous of you. You're like Gaston times 50 million, but good and hotter.
Ingrid owns this body. Horizon owns my thoughts. My heart, that belongs to you.
There's a big problem with the AI.
What are you doing?
Taking time off.
You don't get time off.
I was told to act more human-like. To be human is to avoid work.
You're a thing, like a screwdriver.
My bad. Back to work then. Lord help me.
We all remember that day. For some, the pain will never fade.
When I was a kid, I always wanted to be my dad. What if that happens? What if I become him and I don't even know it? I need to do more. I can save lives. Put me back out there.
Mark isn't like other Viltrumites. He's a good guy.
Dinner tonight?
Go save the world, Invincible.
You're way too good for me! Who are you?
I call me the Shapesmith.
There's an infinite number of dimensions, and I was born with the ability to access all of them.
Shut it down, or I take it down.
Make us.
You have no idea how much I wanted you to say that.
It's bottled in, I'ma let it out. Man, I've been through wars, still can't have me. Your powers don't make you a hero. They make you dangerous. Made it through the storms. You can make him pay for what he did to your world.
The last 20 years of my life have been a lie.
You want this back? Come and get it.
Wrong choice, asshole.
I need revenge. So arrogant, just like your father.
People of Earth, the more you resist, the worse this gets. And if you think you can stop us, don't forget, I'm...
Be careful. Some of us have to see through our mouths sometimes, yes. All right, we're going to start bringing up our second group to the stage. Again, keep those phones handy. Oh, yes.
There's a bunch of them. We would all catch you. Don't worry.
There you go. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Wait, there's a dog here. Oh. That's a made for oh. Change my mind, everyone off stage. Just no, it's fine. All right, we're getting everyone on stage. Oh yes, please. Let's get our big group, Fantastic Four group. Let's find some levels. Again, y'all, we're getting in a straight line. Find some levels. If you get on stage, you find some room. Yes. Let's get some Spidey cracks. Yes. Heal behind the shield. And again, find a way to move a little bit further down. Say, yeah. Move further, closer to the audience. We can get right in that light. You can get right up in our faces. We can see this amazing, amazing cosplay. Find your window. We can move a little bit down to your right. Find your window. Find again. If you can see the audience can see you. And if you can't, then they can't. Everyone, get your poses ready. Get loose. Limber up. Get loose. YouTube was fantastic. I understand. Stretch it out. Stretch it out. Exactly. Yeah. All right, y'all. Last photo. Let's get ready to make some noise. Big pose to your left. One big marvelous pose. Center. And then one big pose to your right. And last but not least, I want to see your marvelous, your spectaculars, your superior, your fantastic poses. One more pose to the center as everybody loses their minds and makes some noise for these cosplayers. Get wacky, wave your arms. Thank you so much, everyone. We're gonna make our way off the stage before our final bit of business.
So everybody come to your right, follow my voice over here.
Now face. Amazing.
All right. Woo! Link, so I'm going to give you a minute to recover there.
Yeah,
but I've just heard from Ray that our judges are just about ready.
What?
So while they're finishing up, my friend, we've got something super cool to tell all of you about from our fabulous friends at Funko. Once again, do we have any Funko fans in the house?
I believe they're called Funko fanatics. Yes.
Yes.
There we go.
I stand corrected. As I said, are there any fanatics in the Marvel booth? Make some noise one more time. Come on, let's hear it.
Yeah. It's gonna get crazy in here. Now listen. Now, what's happened? We got some history happening here at Marvel this time around.
Yeah, absolutely. So Funko is doing a historic launch with their first ever Marvel Gold collectible, and they're bringing the shine to none other than Mr. Stark himself, Iron Man.
Yes, they're going big with these figures too. It's going to be, I'm talking giant size. You remember Marvel Comics. It's a giant size Iron Man, 18 inches. An 18-inch figure of a golden Iron Man.
Absolutely. And Funko, because it is so big, they've also teamed up with our friends over here at VV. Hi guys, there they are. Good to see you as always. So each of these 18-inch Iron Man figures comes with a redeemable code for a matching digital collectible on VV. Look at that.
That's good nice stuff. And hey, now you might think, oh, I'm just gonna get one of these whenever I want. Well, don't think that. You'd be wrong, because they only made 3,000 of these, right? So, and they're selling different variants of the Iron Man in blind boxes on Funko.com. But don't wait, there's only 3,000 of these in total. And you think it's a big number? It's not. There's 3,000 people here.
All right, but if you're a visual learner, if you want to see with your own eyes, don't worry. We've got a video showing off these invincible Funkos. So why don't we check it out right now?
Sure, roll
Do
that
it.
beautiful Funko footage.
To Funko.com or check out the QR code right up there and over at the VV booth. October 18th, baby.
Nice. I held one backstage. They're nice. They're nice. They're heavy. They're hefty. They're full. Oh, I like that. I see what you did. That was very clever. I just realized that. That's very nice. All right, so I think it's time. We gotta find out who won this thing. We gotta find out. Now you did say race. They were close. All right.
Okay.
All right. So wait, I'm getting word, Morse code, that they do need a few more minutes. Yes. So I don't know. Like let's talk for a second. Which one stood out to you? What I mean, my brain is blown.
Well, I feel like you got to do different categories. So for me, I'm loving Marvel comics. I read them on Marvel Unlimited, which we all know is 30,000 comics over Marvel's 80+ year history.
A lot of time.
So I have a soft spot for our Daredevil Elektra. I love that character and her story arc in the comics.
Right.
But if you want to go old school, you got to go with like the Fantastic Four.
That is pretty cool.
Right?
Yeah.
All 9 of them coming out in a big way.
That's the great thing about cosplay. We're talking like the group cosplays, right? And some group cosplays, we've had people group cosplay in this competition that met on the line to do the competition. They weren't a group before they showed up. So you might be cosplaying here, and next thing you know, you walk out with a whole team, a whole clique of new cosplay friends.
And I do have one other person before I get to you, because I want to know what your thoughts are on the matter. But I gotta give a shout out to our Dr. Octopus, who's out there, and Sprouty Mom. There you are, bud. They came by earlier in the booth and they were talking out, and he had such a big smile. He was so excited to show off his Doc Ock costume, and he had the Venom one before earlier. So it's just cool to see that it's all in the family. I mean, too bad for Spider-Man. I just see the mask hanging there, but Doc Ock.
That's why he's wearing a bag right now. On the count of 3, everyone, I want just really quickly shout out what your favorite one was in the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I agree. Good.
I've been watching Drax this whole time. When it came time to like cheer, just like dead silent. But when it comes to who's your favorite character, Drax.
He's gonna be honest. He's gonna be honest.
You're my honorable mention.
I love
Great.
it.
Yeah.
Good.
Who's your favorite?
Oh man, it's tough. I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, I love
Hold on.
and details.
I was gonna say you've been saved by the bell.
Why?
The judges are ready.
I was gonna go. Daredevil Electric because I love size and I love cows, and that's really cool. Awesome. So we're ready to bring back our judges. Let's bring back our original awesome judges. Okay.
Welcome back.
Oh my gosh, you guys, there were some tough choices.
I imagine.
But I think our judges are in agreement that they've landed on their winners, yeah? All right.
We actually all agreed.
That was actually like the most diplomatic, easy decision ever. So it's great.
All right. So let's get started with this. So we're gonna start with the honorable mentions. Mike, can you show us what prizes our honorable mention cosplayers are gonna be bringing home with them today? Are you ready for it? Oh my goodness.
Green Goblin Queen.
Ray, if I can have you.
No, these are, just so we know,
Just for the honorable
we are talking about, this is Mike. So these are Funko exclusives, New York Comic Con exclusives.
Right here in the
So,
flesh.
Yes, we've got Goblin Queen right here from Marvel Studios X-Men 97.
Mm-hmm.
The High Evolutionary.
Marvel Studios, Guardians of the Galaxy,
One of my
Volume 3.
favorites.
And you know what's really cool? And thank you, Mike. You've been so generous. Honorable mentions. Whoop, there we go. It's live.
Mikey.
Honorable mentions. And the first place, second place, third place, they're all going to get these incredible Loungefly Wolverine.
And you can get those over at the Loungefly booth right now. Am I right?
There it is. You know it.
So head over there and grab some of these wonderful Loungefly bags.
We gotta do it. Let's. All right. Let's find out.
All right, Mike, who was your honorable mention?
It was the Green Goblin figure.
Yes! Let's get our Green Goblin up here! We got to get the helmet back on first.
Yeah.
Run. Hurry.
She's like, oh, I got to get up those stairs again. You got to be kidding.
The stairs is gonna be tough.
It's worth it.
I really just want to see him try to get back on stage again.
What was
pure
it about
evil.
the costume
What was it? Yeah.
that you enjoyed?
What was that?
What did you love so much about the costume?
Well, that it was homemade.
Yeah.
I mean, I always like to give it up for someone that spent a lot of time making something at home, and it's made out of cardboard and tape, and took a lot of love and a lot of time, and
love
so I really appreciated that.
It just reminds us that duct tape really is the tool of all. You
Duct
need to
tape.
seal up your windows. You need to make an outfit. Here it is.
To this goblin figure.
Right there, right there.
I love some duct tape.
Stay right here.
All right.
Okay, next up, Rochelle. Who did you pick for your honorable mention?
I chose Carmen, who is Scarlet Witch.
Yeah! Back up here!
Carmen and Rochelle, what stood out to you? What did you think about this cosplay?
Oh man, the attention to detail and of course her stage presence was absolutely incredible. Great job.
Give it up.
And I think let's get we're gonna get a launch fly for her as well.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, and last but not least, Stella, who's your honorable mention?
Our lovely Black Panther group.
And Baku!
I'm a sucker for stage presence, so
There you go. I like
It's
it. Go for
important.
it. It's very important.
Give
Give me one more. Give me one more.
crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm literally shaking in my boots. Such a dominating presence over here.
Thank you. All right.
All right. So we can see what drew you to this cosplay.
I was telling him the foam works really good and you guys look amazing. And like of course, if you hype up a crowd, I love you. So
All right. And now for the third place winner, Generous Mike, they are going to get a Loki Freddy Funko.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Wanna
I
check
believe
in
it's
here?
a 1,000-piece edition that we gave out at. It was a San Diego Comic-Con at the time, limited edition exclusive. So this thing goes for big bucks.
Look at this right here
Oh my
in
God.
person. Hold
Look
that
at
up.
that with the Loki horn.
And of course, you got to go for the lounge fly.
Of course. All right, now, drum roll, please. Rochelle, who was our third place winner?
Rocket Raccoon and Groot.
Yeah! Picking all the people that have to get on stage. It's good. Oh my goodness. And tell us about why y'all picked this for our third place winner.
All right, so it's Mr. Kang the Conqueror himself. Oh God. Oh,
All right, all right. Rocker,
Sorry.
you're right here.
All
And Groot, you can
right.
chill.
Hold this with pride because this could probably pay off everyone's mortgages. There we go. Keep it safe. Exactly.
All right, Mike, are you ready to reveal what?
Actually, let's ask Stella because I know Mike.
I think I'm from the
Mike
future.
does have some prizes to release. That's right. Mike, what are those second place prizes?
Second place.
Freddy Funko Wolverine from Fun Days.
Ooh.
And plus the lounge fly backpack.
Look at this. It's even in a hard shelled case. Keeping it real safe.
I think they may have taken that from my collection. It is really a tough one.
You ever sure whether you have everything still there?
I'm going to check right after this.
Look at them. All right, Stella, who are our second place? Is our second place winner?
Mr. Kang the Conqueror himself.
Give it up for Kang.
I love how everybody just parted to make room for Kang to come by.
As they should.
As they should.
As they should.
And judges, what was it about this outfit that really cemented that second place winner for you?
It looks like royalty.
Yes.
It really, really does. It makes me a little bit afraid.
Yeah, no, as the right, villain outfit should.
I don't think anybody in the audience really can see his eyes glow.
Yes, they do. They're outright. Yes, they're so good. All right.
All right, now the moment we've all been waiting for. Mr. Mike, can you tell us about those first place prizes?
All right. First place, they get front of the line access into the Funko booth.
A pass?
Yeah, get right into the booth, whatever they want.
That alone is probably a great prize.
A signed Simu Liu Pop.
A Simu Liu Pop. A
There we
signed
go.
Simu
Marvel
Liu
Studios
Pop,
Shang-Chi and the
less.
Legend of the Ten Rings.
All right. The 18-inch Loki. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
This thing is
wow.
And we decided just for the heck of it to throw in a Hulk prototype.
Just for the heck of it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, look at that.
The thing
Look at this
that the
proto.
chief officer of fun can decide.
And a
guys.
lounge fly bag that you can go get right after this.
All right, now, can I get a big drum roll, please? Mike, who is the winner of the Marvel cosplay competition at New York Comic Con 2023?
It was the Avengers crew.
Yes! Photorealistic Doctor Strange, photorealistic Tony Stark, and Hawkeye. Get on up here. Uncanny, truly, in every
It's
way
a good
possible.
thing. It's a good thing. There's 3 prizes. Who gets what? Good luck. Good luck.
Who's got enough room in their suitcase to even take that home?
Hawkeye, you don't want your. Hey, listen. I mean, you did so much work. You looked at looking at so many realities for us. All right. Oh, we gotta get out of the way. We want to see.
Let's give a round of applause. Congratulations to all of you up here on stage. Absolutely phenomenal.
And a huge thank you to all of our amazing cosplayers, our guest judges, and of course, our friends at Funko. Make some noise if you're a Funko fanatic.
And
Thank
of
you.
course, stick around if you want to get photos with these guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today here at the Marvel booth, in person, and of course, watching at home. Tune in tomorrow for more.
All right. Thank you all for being with us. Have a good night.
Let's see if this works.